Dear friends, we will start our today's lecture on cell cycle. We will continue. Actually, we have started previously the cell cycle, and we have seen the stages up to S phase and G2 phase. Now we will see the M phase, or we can say mitotic phase. The cell cycle completes in these four phases: M1 phase, G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, and M phase. So we have studied that up to G2 phase, which starts for about 5 hours. First is 9 to 10 hours, second is 8 hours, and third is 5 hours. Now the last stage is the M phase. Actually, it is a cell division, that is mitosis or meiosis occurs during this phase and lasts for about 1 hour, about an hour. It is a continuous process, but for convenience, it is usually divided into four stages or phases like prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So, in this way, the M phase is complete here, and the cell cycle is also complete here. So this is the diagrammatic graph, or we can say pulse stage experiment, that this one is the G1 phase, this one is the S phase, this one is the G2 phase, this one is the M mitosis phase, and again when the cells are separated, again G1 phase starts. So in this way the life is continuously going on. So the DNA here is 2, 4. In this way the numbers are. So, and this is the time. Here is the DNA and this is the time. This is the pulse stage experiment. So this indicates that this is the range, how much time it takes, or how much number of DNA chains are there. So why we study this cell cycle? What are the significance of cell cycle? What is the importance of cell cycle? First, it involves sequential stages preparing the cell for division. Second, if all sequential stages are properly controlled, it produces normal cell. In multicellular organism, it helps in reproduction, growth, healing wounds means जखम भरायला कामात पडते by replacing the dead cells and etc. And last one is actually there are so many significance, we can see one by one, but at least any uncontrolled stage may lead to formation of abnormal or cancerous cells. So therefore the cell cycle study is important. Now the B part, this is what A part is completed here, cell cycle. B part, cell division. Cell divisions are of two types, that is mitosis and meiosis. We have seen already in body cell and reproductive or germinative cells. Definition: all cells arise by the cell division of an existing cells. There are two types of organisms, acellular and multicellular. The growth and development of every organism depend exclusively on the multiplication and enlargement of its cell. The development of a multicellular organism from the unicellular zygote is achieved by the cell division, growth, and differentiation. These are the three stages or three phases through which the development is carried out. Accordingly, or according to the third tenet of the cell theory, new cells originate only from other living cells. The process by which this occurs is called as cell division. Cell division is the complex phenomenon by which cellular material is divided equally between daughter cells. It does not stop with the formation of the mature organism but continues in certain tissues throughout life. So millions of cells residing within the marrow means the material present inside the bone is called as marrow. So millions of cells residing within the marrow of your bones or the lining of your intestinal tract are undergoing divisions at this very moment. This enormous output of cell is needed to replace the cells that have aged or died. Cell aging or cell death is a phenomenon found generally in a the cell division of the nucleate cell is achieved by the two integral activities such as the division of the nucleus, generally called as karyokinesis, and the division of the cytoplasm, generally called as cytokinesis. So this is the cell division in which the nucleus is also divided and cytoplasm is also divided, called as karyokinesis and cytokinesis. In general, cell division. Cell division is necessarily the avoidance of aging, and secondly, for the segregation of an individual, segregation means generally separation of an individual into semi-independent units. Three types of cell divisions occurs in living organisms. These are amitosis or direct cell division, mitosis or indirect cell division, and meiosis or reduction division or reduced division. So these are the three stages. We will see one by one. First, amitosis. The amitosis or direct cell division is the means of asexual reproduction in acellular organisms like bacteria and protozoans. These are the unicellular or acellular organisms. During amitosis, the nucleus elongates and a constriction appears in the center, resulting in a dumbbell shaped structure. Means this one is about is elongated structure. It pinches up at the center and forms two globes called as dumbbell shaped structure, and the constriction depends and the nucleus also get divided into two bits, and there is no spindle formation and no formation of chromosomes. The nuclear division is followed by cytoplasmic division, and the cells get divided into two daughter cells, and thus amitosis is only a quantitative division of the cell or that organism. This is called as amitosis. Second is mitosis. We can call it as a body cell division or somatic cell division. Is called as mitosis. An animal body has two kinds of cells: the somatic cells and germ cells. The germ cells occur only in the gonads and are concerned with reproduction, whereas somatic cells forms the body or remaining bulk or soma or somatoplasm of the body, and mitosis occurs in somatic cells only. Therefore, it is also called as somatic cell division. Mitosis is also called as somatic cell division because it occurs in soma or body cells only. So mitosis occurs in different stages that we will see one by one. The complex process of mitosis, figure number 3.4, this one is the 3.4, this one is the figure from where you can see the prophase, then metaphase, then anaphase and telophase. These are the 4 stages of development. We will see one by one. Prior to that, we will see the theory. The complex process of mitosis can be distinguished into 2 main phases, that is karyokinesis followed by cytokinesis. Further, the karyokinesis means the cell division or means the division of nucleus. Karyokinesis is completed in 4 stages of phases, that is prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. There is no sharp line of demarcation between the successive phases. Where one ends, the next begins. These have been, however, recognized simply for the convenience of the study. Actually, this is a continuous process, this is continually going on. We have stopped it and make the differences for better understanding. So first is the prophase. In mitosis, it is the longest phase of mitosis. It involves a number of changes in the cell which takes place more or less simultaneously. A new set of 2 centrioles appears de novo. The 2 sets of paired centrioles move apart and migrate towards the opposite poles of the cell. Numerous fine protoplasmic fibers or microtubules appear around each centriole, radiating from it like the rays of star. They are termed as asters or aster rays. So in prophase, the formation of aster or centriole is the first action or first phenomena. Then side by side, some important changes takes place in the nucleus. The fine chromatin threads shortens and thickens by undergoing dehydration and spiral coiling. Their coiling is called spiralization. These threads are now known as chromosomes. Each chromosome has a single, clear, non-staining and rounded granule. The centromeres with which are attached 2 identical chromatids. Each chromatid possesses a complete set of DNA molecules. Numerous fine fibers make their appearance on way to form spindle between the 2 sets of paired centrioles. While the above changes go on, the nucleolus and nuclear membrane gradually disappears and the nuclear material mixes with the cytoplasm. With these changes, the prophase comes to an end, and in this way the prophase is completed. In short, we can say that प्रोफेज मध्ये पेशी विभाजनाच्या वेळेला त्या पेशीमधलं सगळं मटेरियल एका बारीक बारीक थ्रेड्स निर्माण होऊन त्या थ्रेड्सच्या दोघं टोकांना पेशीच्या दोघं टोकांना दोन डॉट्स म्हणजे सेंट्रिओल्स तयार होतात आणि त्या सेंट्रिओलपासून धाग्यांसारखे निघणारे रेज तयार होतात, त्यांना फायबर्स म्हणतात आणि त्याच्यापासून ॲस्टर तयार होतो. ही पहिली स्टेज झाली. दुसरी स्टेज मेटॅफेज. मेटॅफेज व्हाईल स्पिंडल इज बिंग फॉर्म, ॲस्टरचे रूपांतर ते धागे वाढले की स्पिंडल फायबरमध्ये होतं. हे बघा, या स्पिंडल फायबर म्हणतात. हे धागे तयार झाले याला स्पिंडल फायबर म्हणतात. हे बघा स्पिंडल, दिस इज द स्पिंडल, धाग्यांची. दिस इज द स्पिंडल. हे धागे तयार झाले फिगरमध्ये बघा. हे दोन सेंट्रिओल्स, हा सेंट्रिओल दोघांकडे सेंट्रिओल असतात आणि दोघांकडून धागे तयार होतात आणि हे धागे तयार होण्याची जी प्रक्रिया छोटीशी हिला ॲस्टर म्हणतात. हे बघा ॲस्टर रेज. सो वी विल डिस्कस इट. प्रायर टू दॅट वी विल सी. During their movement, the centromeres are kept forward so that each appear to be dragging a pair of chromatids. प्रत्येकजण क्रोमॅटिडची एक पेअरला ओढत जातो. हे बघा, एक क्रोमॅटिड एक पेअर अशी ओढत जातो. ॲस्टर जो आहे, ॲस्टर आपल्या टोकाकडे ओढत जातो. हा इकडे ओढतो, हा इकडे वरती ओढतो. अशा पद्धतीने दोन पेशींची विभागणी होते. पुढे बघूया आपण. At the equatorial plane, each centromere gets attached to two opposing fibers of the spindle. Again we will see the picture. हे बघा, इक्वेटोरियल प्लेनवर हे जे काही सेपरेट झालेले आहेत हे पुन्हा सगळे धागे जोड्या बनवून एकत्र येतात आणि ते इथे एकत्र आल्यानंतर जोड्या बनतात. इथे हे बघा प्रोफेजमध्ये ॲस्टर आणि धागे तयार होणे, सेंट्रिओल आणि न्यूक्लियस आहेत. त्याच्यामध्ये डुप्लिकेटेड पेअर्स तयार होतात. हे सगळ्या धाग्यांची की जोड्या बनवून घेतात. दोनच्या सगळ्या जोड्या बनल्या का लेट प्रोफेजमध्ये त्या जोड्या एकमेकांच्या टोकाकडे स्पिंडल फायबरकडे ओढल्या जायला लागतात. हे पहिले 3 स्टेजेस प्रोफेज. पहिली इंटरफेज याच्यात काही होत नाही. प्रोफेजमध्ये जोड्या तयार होऊन त्या ओढल्या येतात. पुढची मेटाफेजमध्ये सगळ्या जोड्या एका इक्वेटरच्या लाईनला येऊन जातात. इकडे हे बघ इक्वेटरच्या लाईन, सगळ्या इक्वेटरच्या लाईनवर आल्या की मेटाफेज आणि ॲनाफेज सुरू होते. तर मेटाफेज नंतर ॲनाफेजमध्ये ह्या ज्या जोड्या तयार झाल्या आहेत हे दोघं जोड्या वेगळ्या वाढतात. एक जोडी वरती एक खाली, हे बघा वेगळ्या वाढतात. आणि लेट ॲनाफेजमध्ये या जोड्या वरच्या जोड्या वर ओढल्या जातात, खालच्या जोड्या खाली ओढल्या जातात. हे बघा वरच्या जोड्या इकडे गेल्या, खालच्या जोड्या इकडे गेल्या. आणि नंतर मग इथे एक नॉच पडली बघा, खाच पडली. ही खाच मध्ये वाढत जाते अशी बघा. ही छोटीशी आई अशी मोठी झाली आणि डायरेक्ट त्याचे 2 भाग झाले. अशा पद्धतीने 2 सेलचं डिव्हिजन होऊन जातं. आता ॲनाफेज, दिस मे बी कॉल्ड द मायग्रेटरी फेज, म्हणजे बदलत राहते. इच सेंट्रोमियर डिवाइड्स 2 chromatids, now called as chromosomes, migrate toward the opposite pole by the contraction of the spindle fibers of respective sides. During their migration, the centromeres again remain foremost so that the chromosomes characteristically appear U, V or J-shaped. After the arrival of chromosomes at the poles, the spindle fiber disappears. बघा हे सगळे स्पिंडल फायबर हे त्या टोकाला गेले काही स्पिंडल फायबर नंतर डिसॅपियर होतात. बघा डिसॅपियर झाले, गायब झाले. आणि डिसॅपियर झाले का मग हे कन्स्ट्रक्शन पूर्ण मध्ये येते आणि 2 पेशी तयार होतात. disappears and anaphase is completed. So prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. This phase may be called reconstruction or reorganization phase. In telophase, the chromosomes uncoil and become thinner and longer and finally form the chromatin reticulum. And that chromatin reticulum, uncoiling of chromosomes, is called despiralization. A nuclear membrane appears around each set of chromosomes and leaving the centrioles outside it to form a daughter nucleus. Actually spelling is wrong here. Nucleus. A nucleus appear in each daughter nucleus and the ester gradually disappear. So whatever the activities are carrying out here, all activities are carrying out in the same, and then the repetition of all these stages occur and the animal produces new cells. So cytokinesis, it begins as a constriction or cleavage or furrow that appears in the cytoplasm in the equatorial region during late anaphase. This is anaphase, this is anaphase. So this furrow is appearing here. You see small furrow is, this furrow is growing and entering up to the nucleus, and it divides the complete nucleus into two parts. The furrow gradually deepens. Deepens means it deepens up to this and directly divides the cell. And the furrow gradually deepens and finally divides the cell into two daughter cells. And in this way, the mitosis is completed here. You say this is nucleolus, this is nucleus, this is nucleolus. This is here, this is nucleolus and this is nucleus. So in this way, the chromatids are forming, chromosome pairs are forming chromatids. They are running to the poles and then coming to the equatorial pole. Equatorial pole, they stretches by spindle fibers to the ester, and whenever they stretches, the notch is there, and that notch is forming the division of the cell, and finally the two daughter cells are formed in late telophase. And in this way, the cell division is completed here. So we will see the next topic in our next lecture. See you.